joining me today. This video is all about helping you to feel more stable or more balanced when you do static lunges. Some people call it a split stance, and usually I'm doing this with weights, but today we're not going to use weights because that's not what it's about. It's not about strengthening in the lunge, it's actually just about feeling more balanced. And I'm recording this video because so many of my clients tell me that the thing that they find hardest about lunges is their balance. So they end up using a wall or using a chair to help them stabilize. But really, we want to feel strong and stable without any of those props and be able to hold weights on either side of us, but not for today. Now, there's obviously lots of things that need to work well and work well together for a good lunge. Thinking feet and ankles and mobility, obviously balance, some strength in your legs. But I think that the thing that really gets in the way of a good lunge is balance, because you're in this split stance, quite a long stance, and it's, not ideal if you're toppling all over. The system, there's one main system that's responsible for your balance is your vestibular system, which is your inner ear. And so many of us have a dysfunctional vestibular system. We don't even realize it, but they show up when we try and do things like lunges and we try and do them well, and nothing might be helping to fix that. You might be getting a little bit stronger in your legs doing them, and sure, that will help, but actually we need to look at your higher order system, your vestibular system, to help you with things like lunges. Of course, there is the brain element, your cerebellum, which is also responsible for your balance, your accuracy, and coordination. So we're going to play with a few things, and we're going to keep testing the lunge to see if we can help improve your lunge. The only thing you're going to need is a pen. Any kind of pen. It's just a target. It's something to look at. So have it nearby, ready to go, and a mat or a floor. Ideally, you are barefoot doing this. If you're okay to take your shoes off, socks off, aim to be barefoot. So the first thing we're going to practice is just a lunge. How would you stand in your lunge? I like a fairly long stance, but remember, it depends on your leg length. So it's somewhere where you can keep your shoulders over your pelvis, your back heel is lifted, and you're just going to do a couple of lunges. Think about your pelvis going straight down, and your pelvis ends up on top of your knee, your back knee, and up. I've got my right foot forward, so pay attention to the forward leg. So if it's your right leg, the same as me, if you feel quite wobbly or if you feel quite stable with your right leg in front. Just do a few, switch sides. This is our test. This is hopefully our marker for change about whether we are better in these lunges. So exactly the same thing, but please just have your other leg in front. And if you need to make notes in case you're going to forget, which leg feels stronger? And weirdly for me, my left leg in front feels stronger, even though it's usually my right leg where I feel much more strong and stable in my lunge. So just 3, and that is your marker for change. So make some notes if you need to about which leg was better. Did you stumble? Did you fall? Did you have to sort of course correct, or were you really strong and upright? So that you know if you're getting better or if things just stay the same, because we're trying to right now start to feed the brain with some inputs. So here's what we're going to do next, and we're going to play with the foot and ankle briefly. So take a small step back with your right leg, and the right heel is going to start to lift, and you're going to end up with your weight right over your toes, but you want to make sure your weight is right across the ball of the foot on the little toe and the big toe side. It needs to be equal, and then just lower your heel back down. The other thing to check for, by the way, this doesn't need to be such a long stance. The other thing to check for is that you've got 2 parallel feet, straight feet. And by the time your heel is lifted, your heel is pointing straight up to the ceiling, please, not in or out. Your hips are facing the wall in front of you. Slowly lower that heel down. And once you're happy with, okay, yes, I've got weight across the ball of my foot and it's equal. Yes, my heel is pointing up to the ceiling. Then I want you to notice this next thing. Feel how your body weight is getting pushed forwards by this lift of the heel. So here's what we're adding in next. As you feel your body weight shift forwards, take a step forwards into a lunge and quickly push back, level feet. So that needs to happen quite quickly. I'm adding in speed. Take that step back. This bit is slow. We start elevating your heel. You're going to feel how your body weight comes forwards. You're going to take a step forwards into a small lunge, push back. Push back quickly, feet level with each other. Small step back just to begin. Check your feet are parallel, 2 straight feet, as if you're standing on lines. So we go up, you feel where your weight is, you feel the transfer of weight, you step forwards and you push back. It's almost like you're catching yourself with this front leg. We're going to do that one more time and then we're going to switch. Okay, so this is focusing on the foot. Back heel lifts, you feel where your weight is, you feel the transfer of weight, you step forwards, you push back. And we'll do the other side, okay? So we start just with a small-ish step back. Check that your feet are straight. Pretend you're standing on 2 straight lines. And we're just going to begin with that heel raise. And stretch your foot back down. So it's quite slow, this bit, so that you can really pay attention to maybe the stretch in your foot, where your weight is, balanced little toe, big toe side, and feel the lengthening down. Check in with your heel. Is your heel pointing straight up to the ceiling? It's hard. You might lose your balance if you look back, but maybe you can. Or maybe you're looking in a mirror and you can see where your heel is pointing to. So now feel that weight going forwards. And as soon as you do, you step forwards. Quick lunge, step back. Don't linger in the lunge, just get back. So we start again, 2 straight feet. We feel how the weight starts coming forwards. The weight is balanced over ball of the foot and push forwards and back. So I don't need a deep lunge. And then one more when you're ready. Feel your foot lengthening. That high heel, the weight comes forward, step and push back. Well done. Okay. So we're going to do a controlled ankle roll next, and then we're going to retest your lunges. So one foot slightly forwards of the other. You're going to turn from your hip. You're going to turn your leg inwards. Your foot will follow. And then you're going to roll into your outer foot. A deliberate ankle roll where you put some weight into your outer heel all along the lateral border of your foot, and then your foot goes down. So you could think about the big toe side of your foot, like I'll gesture with my hand, coming up off the floor. So it's like a thumb up, like a big toe side of your foot up to the ceiling, and bring it back. And an ankle roll. And it's enough to feel a stretch sensation, or maybe it feels like, okay, ankle mobility to you. I certainly don't want pain. Then maybe that's your cue to say, oh, I've gone too far. Or maybe you've rolled on this ankle so many times and have injured it in the past that you need to be a little bit more mindful about how you're doing this. So pay attention to what this feels like. And I've definitely injured this ankle before, so actually it's got lots of mobility. It's probably got a little bit of like lax ligaments. So this side's easy. I know I'm going to have trouble on my other side. Okay, so switch. Maybe done like 3 or 4, 4 or 5, something like that. So it's a small step in front. From your hip, you're going to turn your leg inwards. That doesn't mean you should be facing that way. You are facing forwards. It's only your hip. You have a hip joint. It must be able to do that. Rotate inwards. Then we go for our ankle roll. Big toe up towards the ceiling. And then put it flat on the floor. And again, so you're transferring some weight into the outer edge of your foot. Outer heel all along the lateral border of your foot. Lateral meaning the outside of your foot. Big toe up. Notice which side feels more challenging. After this, we're going to retest our static lunges. We haven't done the vestibular stuff yet, so maybe we haven't made an improvement just yet. But when you're ready, take your lunge position. Remember what I'd like with your back heel, because we discussed it just before, and give me your lunge. wherever your lunge is. Maybe it's quite close to the floor, maybe you have to stop sooner, and that doesn't matter, because all I care about is, do you actually feel a little bit more stable over this long stance where your shoulders are over your pelvis, you are looking straight ahead, and you maybe feel like you've got a more solid lunge. This feels quite solid for me, and my right leg was more challenging than my left leg. So switch sides. What was it for you? Tell me, if you would like, in your comments after you've done this video, if you were better, same, or worse. Okay, after some of these drills, was it the foot thing that helped you? Or this feels great. One more time. Or is it going to be one of these things that help you, which is coming up now? So we talked about the vestibular system very briefly, which is responsible for your balance and your posture. Okay, so there are a couple of drills that we're going to do, and this one is called your vestibulo-spinal reflex that we're going to be working on. And I need a narrow stance so that you are challenged with this. Okay, do this once I've explained exactly what's going to happen. You're going to close your eyes, and with speed, very quickly, it's a small neck movement. You're going to point your nose in the direction of the floor. It's not a big head movement. Have a quick look. Head down. So when you're ready, join me and keep your eyes closed and stay here for about 10 seconds. Breathe calmly. You might notice a little sway in your body. That's okay. That's normal. Keep your eyes closed and slowly lift your head back to center. Repeat when you're ready. Look down quickly. And I don't mean actually look, because your eyes are closed. So think nose pointing down to your chest. Breathe calmly and slowly bring your head back up. One more. Quickly go down, nose to chest. If you're getting a very dizzy, negative response to this, open your eyes. You're going to make an adjustment for the next one and keep your feet a little wider. But before we do the next head position, I'd like you to test your lunge. Just do 1 or 2 on each side. And do you feel more stable and balanced? Because you might have got a good response from that particular vestibular test. Okay, 1 or 2, same, better, or worse. Okay, then we're going to try the next head position, which is keeping your eyes closed and quickly going up. Now, narrow stance is obviously going to be more challenging, and if you're finding that too challenging or you actually step out of place, then I would like you to take your feet apart. Okay, so please make the right decision for you. Stand up tall, draw your chin in slightly, and have a look very quickly. Just think nose slightly up to the ceiling. It's got to be quick. Keep your eyes closed, and when you're ready, let's go together. Go up. Stay there. Keep breathing calmly. Notice any tension building up in your body. Stay calm. Slowly back to center. Go again, up quickly. Swaying is mostly normal. Small amount of swaying. Slowly come back to center. One more, quickly up. The key is speed, and this does need to be challenging, but not too challenging where you're falling over. Slowly back to center. Open your eyes. Come back to test your lunge. 1 or 2, right? Think about your feet from the first exercise we did. Wow, this feels so smooth. Okay, but you might not have got a great response from this. Maybe your balance got a little worse because maybe that wasn't the right drill for you, the going up. Maybe you were better with the head down position. But we keep testing, and then you work out which one has so far been best for you, and then that's what you need to do, is almost like your warm-up before you do your proper lunges with weights. We got 2 more head positions to do. Your feet are together, but if you're feeling unstable, you can go slightly apart. Eyes are going to be closed, and it's going to be a quick, short, sharp head right. Eyes closed when you're ready. Not full range of motion, just a quick head right. Stay there. Calm breathing. It's about 10 seconds where I want you there for. And slowly head back to center. The key is slowly back. Quick. The quick position is where we're actually training your inner ear, and it's an organ. So there are some parts of your inner ear that we're specifically training. Slowly come back to center. One more time, quick. If your body, your nervous system, is sensing that this is threatening for you, you might not get a good response. Open your eyes. Response meaning the output. The output is the lunge that we're testing. Go ahead and test your lunge. Is it better, same, or worse? Okay, and this changes, by the way, might be subtle. Remember to do both sides. Test both sides. Okay. And then we've got one more head position, which is going to obviously be head to the left. 3 of them. Choose your stance completely together, or maybe you need a slightly wider base. Eyes closed when you're ready, and quickly toe left. You stay there for about 10 seconds, and the key is to come back slowly. And quickly, keeping your eyes closed if you can. If for any reason you need to modify, eyes could be open. If you're feeling an overly dizzy response. One more time, quick. And if you are, by the way, feeling dizzy, overly dizzy, nauseous, that's not ideal. We don't want that to be happening. And so open your eyes. Let's retest your lunge. Maybe it's the same, maybe it's feeling, oh, even better. Maybe that drill to the quick left turn wasn't the best input for you. And then we need to go back to one of the others where you almost sort of have a quick reset. Okay, cool. So there are other head positions, but we can maybe do that another time. Now you're going to grab your pen, and now we're going to work on your VOR, which is your vestibulo-ocular reflex. Your eyes stay open for this, and this is where we have a target, meaning your pen, and I want you to maybe pick the lid, or maybe there's some writing on your pen that you're going to use as your target, the specific part that you're going to look at. So you've got to choose your base. Is it a narrow base, or are you going to go that little bit wider? And maybe you will know now based on the previous exercise that we did. So when I say, and I have a quick look, you're going to keep looking at your target and quickly turn your head right, but you have to be able to still see your target. You've got to keep looking at it. So your head moves, but your eyes do not. And then you close your eyes and slowly return to center. Reacquire your target. So you open your eyes. Keep the pen where it is. Only move your head. Keep looking at your target. If you're not looking at your target, your vestibulo-ocular reflex is not working too well. So we've got to retrain this for better balance, better posture. Close your eyes, return to center. Open your eyes, reacquire your target. And we're going to do this one more time, so 3 in total. And it's a quick head turn, but your eyes must stay on the target. Some people will find this actually quite challenging. Close your eyes, slowly center. Open your eyes, lower your arm. Hold the pen and just test your lunge. Smooth. Maybe you're just moving quicker in your lunge. Maybe your balance is better. What do you notice? Okay, maybe there was no change, and that's okay. But these drills need to be challenging enough for you to feel a change, but you also have to do them accurately. So we're going to do the same thing, except your head is going to go the other way, to the left. Acquire your target. Make sure you're looking at it. And obviously it's arm's length away. And when you're ready, quick, keep your eye on the target. You're holding it for about 5 seconds. And then eyes closed, return to center. Open your eyes. Quick. Eyes closed. Come back to center. Open your eyes, acquire your target, and quick. Make sure you are still looking at your target. Your head just turned, not your eyes. You're not looking at the wall on your left side. Close your eyes, center. Open your eyes, relax your arm down, and then you can retest your lunge. Now, you certainly don't need to do all of these once you've had a little practice, because you might have found that one of those head positions, one of the exercises that we did, actually give you a great result. And just stick with that one. Okay, so it's just a quick test in between those lunges. We're going to go for 2 more head positions, and it's going to be holding your pen, arms distance away. You keep looking at your target, and you quickly go up with your head, but your eyes must stay on the target. You close your eyes and slowly bring your head back to center. Open your eyes, reacquire your target, make sure it's clear and you're not seeing double. And it's a quick head up, but you must still look at your target. So your eyes actually go down. Close your eyes, come to center. Eyes open, up quick. But you must look at the lid, the pen, the words, whatever. Close your eyes, center, lower the arm down. Okay, and we should retest before we do the other side. Are you getting a better lunge, the same lunge, or worse? And if it's worse, well, we've got to find a way of making that drill better for you. But in the meantime, don't use that drill the next time you practice. The final one, we're going to look down, but you have to keep looking at the target, which means your eyes actually go up. And you want this to be happening reflexively. It is a reflex after all, but maybe we've lost this reflex and we're trying to retrain it. So when you're ready, quickly look down, but your eyes stay on the target. And then close your eyes and slowly lift the head. Open. Keep looking at the target. Quickly down. So your eyes actually have to go up. But this is reflexively. You can't make this happen on purpose. Close your eyes and come back up. Final one. Eyes open. Down. Keep looking at the lid. Wherever your target was, close your eyes and come back up. Lower the arm down. Okay, so try again. Now, the other reason why your lunges might not have improved is because these drills were not challenging enough for you. So I'm going to show you, we're not going to go through the whole series again, just test your lunges. Oh, that feels great, actually. If that was not challenging for you with your feet together, your other option is to try this tandem stance, which will be way more challenging. So you've got to obviously test both sides. It's a tandem step, one foot in front, and then you might need to test the other foot in front. Okay, so this is all about playing and learning a little bit more about your body, but I at least hope that one of those drills helped you feel a little more safe, stable, sturdy in your lunges, so that when you do grab those weights, because you want to get strong in your lunges, that you feel really strong when you're holding weights on either side of you, doing some really brilliant lunges. So leave a comment if you fancy and let me know which of those drills was helpful, or if you'd like a little bit more information. I teach a lot of this kind of stuff in my Pilates classes online and in my group classes, so head into the description, have a look for all the information, and you're very welcome to join me in any one of my classes, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.